3, 2, 1, go! Hello and welcome. Today we're going a little further. It's day 137, so we're going 13.7 kilometers. So I would like to talk a bit about all these posters. I guess you've seen them in some of my videos. It's because we have election here in Denmark at the moment. In a couple of weeks we vote for who's going to be in the city council. Every 4 years we vote for this, who gets to decide what is happening in the city we live in and the local area. These posters play a very big role in those elections, and it's a long tradition we have going back more than 100 years. There's a lot of debate about whether or not we should continue using them. Some people say that they're not very environmentally friendly because they're not actually made of cardboard and paper. They are some, we can actually see there are some kind of plastic foam thing. It's estimated that there are made about 500,000 of these when there's an election in Denmark. So obviously that's a lot of posters. So that does have an impact on the environment. Some say they're ugly. So there are lots of arguments for maybe cutting down on the posters or maybe outright ban them. But there are also a lot of arguments for actually having them. They are a big part of the democratic process here in Denmark. It's a way for everyone who runs to show their face. In Denmark we have a lot of parties, so there are always a lot of candidates for various positions. Who gets to be the mayor? In Copenhagen there's actually several mayors for different fields and so on. So there's a lot of attention that people need to bring to their voters, and these posters are certainly one of those ways. Also, it's a good way to remind everyone, okay, there's an election. The posters cannot be up all year round. They're only allowed 4 weeks up to the election, and they need to go down 8 days after the election is done. Otherwise, the person on the poster can actually get fines. It's a way to show, okay, at the moment there's an election going. Go check out the candidates, figure out how you want to vote. Another argument could be that everyone are able to get their faces on the posters. So I relocated to the golf course. You can't see the posters here. Not enough traffic. But I thought it would be more quiet and easier to hear what I'm actually saying. But these posters, about 500,000 of them. In Denmark we have about 4.8 million people who are eligible for voting. So you have to be 18 years old and a resident of Denmark. But it is a lot of posters. As I said, they are part of the democratic process. They are a reminder that there is an election ongoing, that you should go out and vote. I'm not saying you need to get out to vote, but it would be in my opinion, best thing to do, because we all need to have something to say. And especially when we're talking about the local elections for City Hall. If you live in smaller towns, you might have quite a lot to say when you cast your vote. It might influence something that you find important. It's a bit more iffy in the big cities where you're one of millions. Well, not millions, because we don't have that large cities in Denmark. But obviously your vote counts a lot more the smaller a community you have. But I'm not getting into politics. I'm not going to tell you how I vote. I'm certainly not going to tell you how you should vote. That's your choice. But in Denmark we do have a lot of choice. It's a multi-party nation with lots of parties, and especially when we have local elections for the city council, there are a lot of parties that are not in the national elections because they're simply too small and focused on just exactly the area they are in. The large parties are more or less in all the cities with representatives. The posters come up 4 weeks before the election, more or less, and you go to bed, and then when you wake up, the posters are there. The party spent all night claiming all the best spots and totally setting up all the posters in one night. It's a huge work, and normally the young parts of the party are doing it for their leaders. I would like to add that in Denmark you're not required to register for voting. Everyone who's eligible gets sent a voting note, and then you just show up at the ballots on election day. If you are not able to actually make it on election day, you can go voting at certain places where you live beforehand. Just need to bring ID. I think you need to bring ID on election day as well, but then you can vote early, and if you vote early you can actually change your vote all the way up until election day. So keep that in mind. We're almost done. 200 meters left. Oh, it was a bit rough today. I think I'm starting to say that every day. But it'll be fine. But thanks for watching. Hope you learned something about the Danish election system. And if not, that's okay as well. But I had fun talking about it. But I'll see you tomorrow for 13.8 kilometers. So have a wonderful Wednesday, and then I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.